I spent a lot of time practicing trying to play like Shane, Albin or Josh Filler, but it always ended the same way. Why Pro Pool players are so consistent and how they can run so many racks without mistakes. They surely know something that everyone else doesn't. So, since I watch a lot of professional tournaments, I decided to take a closer look at what exactly the players do. And it took me some time, but I found a few very interesting things that caught my attention so much that I decided to check it out for myself. I went to training, analyzed it carefully, and after many hours of regular training, I can say, yes, these things really changed my game and took it to a new higher level. I'm almost sure that you wouldn't normally notice these things, but if you understand it, you will be surprised how simple it is and what a huge impact it has on the quality of your game. Alright, pool players are strong in many areas, but I discovered three crucial aspects that determine that they are professionals and we unfortunately aren't. And here we can find the first thing I'm talking about. Be more accurate. Being accurate means doing two important things. First of all, you need to create a proper angles to make your positioning much easier. If you land straight to your next ball, then in some cases you are not able to create position to the next ball, because you can move the cue ball only along this straight line. And very often players try to force positioning and cheat the pockets because of straight position or just slight angle, what can result with painful mistake. So in my opinion, you should use bigger angles, because then you increase possibility to create good position to the next ball. Your current shot might be more difficult, but when you master this technique, then benefit will be very high. Alright, but being able to create proper angles is not the only key to being accurate. And what I mean can be found in what I am doing right now. Get closer to your next shot. Okay, but not that close. Okay, this is perfect. I have noticed that many of my shots are longer than actually necessary. If you create a perfect proper angle but you will be far away from your next ball, then there is huge chance of missing this ball. While watching the pros, I noticed that they try to be very close to the next shot, because then they don't need to use so much speed during positioning. Try to find the difference between this shot and this shot. Same situation, but cue ball lands in two completely different areas of the table, and each shot has different difficulty. If we are far away from object ball, then we of course can still pocket this ball, but due to higher distance, we need to apply more speed and spin, what makes our positioning much more difficult. Instead, try to be much closer to your next shot, because then it is much easier to control the cue ball. Alright, fixing the next issue took me a bit longer, but when I understood it, my game became much more consistent. And here's the thing. Use multi-rail positioning. Okay, and we need to look at this situation. Positioning from 5 ball to the 7 ball. And many pool players will try to use 2 rails and go between 8 and 9, but there is very high risk to land behind the 8 ball, so we need to be very accurate. On the other hand, we can use 2 rails to land on the left side of the table, but this time we can land very close to the rail or just scratch. And now we need to look at this, what Fedor Gor's doing here.
Four balls on the table and Gorse didn't get out. But
He
this
uses
was
another
good.
rail as a brake to guide the cue ball along very safe path and create a proper angle with short distance to the next ball. Bit more difficult shot, but also very high benefit. And this knowledge is very helpful in situation when we experience thin cut shots, where it is recommended to use more speed and let the cue ball to use more rails instead of one to increase confidence of your stroke. Confidence is the key here. Slow rolling balls increases risk of miss because of cut-induced throw. We can aim shot correctly, but still miss because of this. So to compensate for that, you need to use more speed, because don't forget, sometimes tables are not perfectly level, even on pro level. Okay, but now we need to move to my next interesting observation, which turns out to be the final piece of this puzzle, and which took my abilities to a new higher level. Be more aggressive. But I don't mean that kind of aggressiveness. Being aggressive means being able to make an important decision that turned out to be the crucial key to finish our layout on the table. What would you do in this situation? Eklund Kachi has very easy 5-ball with very small angle towards side rail. The next 6-ball is located here, but there is 8-ball which blocks possibility to pocket this ball into this corner pocket. And I am practically sure that many pool players will try to leave the cue ball somewhere in this area and play 6-8 combination in next step. But let's see what Eklund Kachi doing here.
Mora at the start of it all.
He wants to achieve much more and guides the cue ball to extremely small position area, what in next step opens a great chance to finish this layout. Okay, but we need to stay a bit longer with this layout, because after making 6-ball, he lands in center area of the table. And this time I'm almost sure that many pool players will try to play smooth draw shot with touch of left, leaving the cue ball in center area of the table. On the other hand, many players will try to make 2-rail positioning, hitting long rail before side pocket to decrease risk of scratch. But during this type of shot, we can very easily lose position of the cue ball and leave it far away from 8-ball or very close to the opposite long rail. So once again, let's look what Eklund Kachi doing here.
Trying to throw the ball and then kill the cue ball. Oh, he went
He
twice.
uses 2-rail positioning, but once again he wants to achieve much more and guides the cue ball to hit long rail right behind side pockets. By being more aggressive, he was able to get much closer to the next ball, and additionally he created a very nice angle to make easy positioning to the 9-ball. Getting better at pool is of course much more than what I have showed you in this video, but by being accurate, using multi-rail positioning, and finally being more aggressive, you will be able to level up your game without a lot of effort. So if you enjoyed this video and you found these tips helpful, then please consider leaving a thumbs up for me, as well as hit the subscribe button to never miss videos like this. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, I hope to see you in the next lesson. Take care.